This is Roppongi Rocks, and we are in Melbourne, Australia, with Clint Williams of Fimbul Winter.
How you going?
Good, and you?
Good, good.
Excellent to see you here. As we said, we're in Australia. You are from here, Victoria. It's very far away from Sweden, where Fimbul Winter is. How did an Aussie singer end up in a Swedish death metal band?
Yeah, it happened. I guess the story is very long, but I'll cut it short. I've known, the other guys in the band for a long time. Probably all except Anders, the guitarist. But a couple of years ago, Niko, the drummer, was having his 50th birthday in Sweden, and I've been friends with Niko and Fred for a long time, and Niko originally wanted to do the original demo that he played on with Amon Amarth. And so he was playing drums, and Fred put his hand up to play guitar, and the other original guitarist, Anders, put his hand up to play guitar as well. But then, they kind of needed a vocalist, and they knew I was coming. They knew I was a big early old school Amon Amarth fan. So they just like, do you want to sing the original demo with us and play the 3 songs off it? And I'm like, yes, please. So then basically, over the next few months before I got told, just rehearse it at home, listen to the songs over and over and over. And from that, we played the show. And then like a year later, we got asked to come back and play the close-up boat between Sweden and Estonia. And then after that show, it was still just like something fun to do. And then after that show, we were just like, no, we had heaps of fun together. Let's make this a band. So literally from that, and we're still going. And
what a band it is.
Oh, thank you.
You're the only person in the band who has not played in Amon Amarth. Is that kind of weird, or is it just natural because you've been a fan of the band and known the members, or what's the vibe?
Very strange. It's, it's like these guys literally were my heroes of these guys that I looked up to as a teenager. And I used to speak to them, through emails and stuff back in the day, and MSN and stuff. And then, getting to actually meet them in person a couple of decades ago, which was the first step of, it's the same as you meeting all these stars that, that you grew up and love. But now actually being in a band with them is, it's unbelievable. I still have to pinch myself a lot of the times just for how amazing it is. But, we're all mates now. So I think that's the easy thing, and being the only guy not in Amon Amarth, I wish I was back in Amon Amarth back in the day, but Johan is an amazing vocalist, so there's no way I would have ever replaced him. But, this is our own thing, and I think, we're going in the right direction.
Yeah. You released the debut EP in November.
Yep.
Which is fantastic. I think it's 5 songs.
Cheers, yep.
How did you create that? Did you record your sort of vocal parts remotely, or were you in a studio together, or how did it come about?
Yep, so all the instruments were done in Sweden, and then, the beauty of the internet nowadays, we're able to just send that over to me. I recorded it all at home with a mate of mine. He come to my house, which I have a soundproof room in my house, and he recorded all the vocal tracks over a couple of days, and then we sent it back to Sweden and it got mixed and mastered there. So this is happening again. In the next month or 2, we will be recording another couple of songs, and I'll be doing the same thing again, but from that step forward, I'll be going over to Sweden to record. All together as a band, which is cool. I'd much rather do that.
Old school.
Yeah, old school. Yeah, all together in the one room, and bounce off each other for ideas and stuff like that. Which I think is probably the hardest thing last time. Is I'd have to record something, send it. Hopefully they're awake. Then they listen to it, send it back, and then I have to change it. Because we're both on time frames. But in the end, I think it worked out really good. But looking forward to all being together. which would be great.
Sounds good. And do you write together, or is it more someone comes up with the main song and then you help develop it, or how does that work?
Music-wise, so Fred and Niko basically have a lot of riffs backed up from a long time ago and constantly writing new stuff now. Same as Anders, but basically they have the riffs, send it to Anders. Anders is just an absolute machine. And literally, you know, within a few days, he would have an entire song and then return it back to us, and we'd just tweak it from there. Well, not me, them. And which is unbelievable. And then the lyrics, I basically do everything at home. And then, yeah, same thing. I do a rough track with the vocals and the lyrics, send it to the guys, and then they tweak it and then send it back and stuff like that. But, yeah, everyone has an input, which is really cool. And yeah, you know, no one's trying to step on each other's foot or anything like that. And yeah, it works really good. It's nice to be in a band that's very professional and knows what they want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you're working on a full-length album. And as the band started out, very specifically playing early demos of Amon Amarth, do you feel any constraints now when you're doing your sort of first full length, like, oh, we have to sound like that, or is the sound evolving, or how does that work?
Yeah, so okay, I think from the start a lot of people were going to compare it to the early Amon Amarth, you know, having the ex Amon Amarth guys. That's not something that we were trying to match. It's just the music that we like, and we feel that it's very lost in the world now, and we really wanted to bring it back to the style that we all grew up with and loved. And the new songs, definitely, I think, even after, you know, the EP only 5 songs, we have our sound already, even though, like, I've shown a couple of my mates the new songs that we've written, and instantly within 20 seconds they can tell it's a Fimbul Winter song, which is cool. I love that people can pick up that it's you know, it's one of our songs instantly. But yeah, going forward, yeah, no, don't expect that it's like that old kind of Amon Amarth sound, but it's that old kind of Swedish melodic death metal sound, definitely. I'm not trying to copy though.
The good stuff.
The good stuff, yeah.
And you have European shows coming up. There's some festival gigs in the European summer. Since we're in Australia, we have to point that out. And are there any logistical sort of issues? I mean, you have to plan this far in advance that, okay, I have to be in Europe, you know, these weeks, or...
100%. So my other band, my Australian band, we're playing Sydney and Canberra with Exhumed and Origin on the Sunday, Monday, and then the next morning I drive back to Sydney and get a plane straight to Sweden from the next morning. And then I arrive in Sweden on the Wednesday, rehearse that night, and then we're driving from Stockholm to the Netherlands. To tell the truth, I'm not looking forward to that. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do. Yeah, logistics, no, it's fine. Oh, actually, it just depends how the world is by then. But, yeah, we're doing Netherlands, we're doing Germany, and we're doing Italy. So hopefully, you know, probably going to be driving a lot of it, to tell you the truth, but, you know, then we can bond a little bit more, but...
Become a real band.
Yeah, become a real band, yeah. No sleeping in the car, though. I don't think that's going to happen. But, yeah, it's, you know, so I'm over there for about 3.5 weeks. It's going to be lots of fun. Yeah.
And with your local band here in Australia, are you rather active with that, with touring, or?
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, as I said, we're going to be playing Sydney and Canberra on that. We have a lot more shows happening in Melbourne. Exact same with Fimbul Winter. We've basically got our full album written. Don't know if we're going to record this year, but definitely next year. But yeah, so hopefully one day we can combine the two and do something in Europe or Australia together. That'd be lots of fun. Hopefully my, you know, vocal cords can handle it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that band is Munitions. But yeah, no, that's just as full on as Fimbul Winter, and yeah, non-stop. My life is non-stop.
How it should be.
Yeah, exactly.
And with your career so far, since you're still at the very early stage of your career, with very grand achievements so far, you mainly focused on extreme metal. Have you ever done any other genres in your career, whether professionally or for fun? Or
okay, professionally, no. For fun, yes. Like, you know, I love comedy, so I've done a few bands over the years actually that it's still metal, but we covered pop songs, so death metal versions of pop songs. I've done a fair bit of that. We did, you know, like Here's Johnny, great. Yeah, Bloodhound Gang and Aqua and stuff like this. And then also when I was a teenager, I did like a rap on an album, but I was the metal rapper.
Right.
So that was, you know, ahead of the time. Something I don't want to listen to again, to tell you the truth. But no, mainly, you know, I do have other interests other than extreme metal, but that's kind of the stuff that I've stuck to. Yeah, I've delved into, you know, I love Matt Barlow and Iced Earth, so I love that kind of power metal kind of singing as well. Fimbul Winter definitely will not have that type of singing, but yeah, I like to push myself.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for speaking with the Roppongi Rocks, and we hope to see you on tour in Japan soon.
I hope so too.
Cheers.
Cheers.